That's one of Joy's, right?
Right.
The love seat, where'd that come from?
Dad and I bought that.
Okay. Nothing real special about it other than just it's been there a while?
It's been recovered once.
Okay, what about the little table? Where'd that come from?
This came from the Brooms.
Okay. Did like Dad's mom and Dad have that or what?
I think so.
Okay. Now let's move over, little magazine rack and the duck and anything special? Did anybody make those that you know?
Came from Janet Lassiter Seltzer.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
A goose or whatever.
And we bought.
Okay, the rack.
The rack.
Okay, what about the fender and andirons in the fireplace?
We bought those.
Okay. And what about on the mantle, like the brasses and the watches and that? What can you tell me about those?
The candlesticks were wedding presents. This brought this to us from Asia.
Okay, I remember that.
And the watches were my grandma and grandpa singers.
Oh, okay.
And there's some jewelry inside Grandma's watch.
Okay.
And we got these little houses in England.
Okay.
And this little picture is my great-great-grandma on the Singer side.
All right.
She's a Billups.
Okay, and the clock, I remember where that came from.
Remember that? Jeff gave that to us.
I made that.
And the wheat.
The wheat thing is, I remember that being out the ranch. Do you know who gave that to him?
Ethan's son.
Okay.
Took some wheat from the ranch and did this in plastic.
All right, I'm going to pause it a second.
Harness brasses came from England.
Okay. Did you pick those up or what? Did you buy those?
We bought them in England, yeah.
All right. The mirror.
The mirror was given to us for Christmas by Walt and Ann Hamilton one year.
All right. What about the side chairs?
The side chairs are the old chairs that came out of my dad and mom's attic.
Okay.
And we had, those are the old red chairs.
Right.
That we had for years, and I just had them recovered shortly before Dad died.
What about the end tables?
End tables, we bought those.
And the lamps, didn't Aunt Maureen give you the lamps?
Yeah, and they came from Italy.
Okay. The bookcase and things?
The bookcase we bought, it's an antique. This fender is a real antique, too.
The fireplace fender?
Yeah, and the andirons, too.
Okay, and what about the sampler? Or the
sampler came from the junk store downtown.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I'll be darned. Okay, what about the couch?
The couch was here.
That was in the house?
It was in the house. It's a Lawson. It's a
good couch.
Couch.
And that you made that African, right?
I made the African, and the two needlepoint pillows were made. Joe made those.
Okay.
And gave them to us.
Okay.
And the picture
I remember that too.
You and Gail gave us the stained glass.
Okay, and then the needlepoint in this corner of the house, that's another of Joe's. And who did the watercolor here?
Friend of Joy's.
Okay.
Let me see if it. Now, it was a gal that you knew at WSU.
Okay, well, Joy will know.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What about the bookcase here, the corner bookcase? Where'd that come from?
Set up. We bought that.
Okay. A lot of the little knickknacks on top, I don't know if I'm gonna really spend the time to
No.
document each one, but I remember Dad's running horse, and I remember the prayer wheel thing, and some of the little hippo and some of those things in there.
Yeah, and the little horses, Gail gave those to us, you and Gail gave those to us. We sent for the horse, and we picked that little lantern up.
About the picture. Anything about the picture
The picture
with the flowers in it?
came from the Minnick Ranch, and Jim and Joanne gave that to us. They were
Okay.
stored out in the old barn out there.
I'm gonna pause again. Okay, tell me about the tobacco jar.
Well, we bought it at an antique store.
Okay. All right. Now you made the rug, right?
I made the rug.
And the desk, I remember the desk, you bought that at an antique store, right?
In Walla Walla, and it came from Fort Walla Walla.
What about the chair?
That came from the same antique shop.
Okay.
And I made
The seat?
needlepoint and had it put on.
Okay.
And
About the fern stand there?
this little fern stand, that little fern stand came from Mother, and Mother picked that up in an antique store.
Oh, really? She probably had a big fern on it too.
Yeah, but,
Oh, really?
right.
Okay, what about the rocker over here?
And that came from Grandma, from
Okay.
my mom.
That's a comfortable rocker. I always
Yeah,
liked
I
that.
love that too. Yeah.
Okay, did
And
we,
the rug, Lois Vining
that
made it
hooked
for
rug
us
there?
for Christmas.
Okay. Tell me about the picture above the desk here. Just-
But Mom had that done.
Okay.
Of the two sets of grandparents. And it was in a different frame, one of the old frames around the corner.
All right.
And we wanted those two frames to have the original paintings. So Dad and Metha gave me that frame to replace it.
Okay. Okay, the magazine stand here
Uh-huh. This one,
came from the ranch,
yeah. When
and the one over there.
after Mom and Dad died, after Dad died.
Okay.
The,
All right, tell me about the table.
The little table is an antique table from the Brooms,
Okay.
and the mirror is too.
The mirrors from the Brooms?
Mhm.
Okay.
When I say the Brooms, I'm talking about Larry's mom and dad and Patty,
Another rug that you made,
and I made this rug.
and another couple of ancestor pictures here.
Yeah.
Those are great. Okay, the clock was in the ranch, wasn't it?
Mom and Dad got it for, Dad got it for Mom on an anniversary. I'm not sure which anniversary.
Okay, I sort of
It's
remember
called
that.
The grandmother's clock.
Yeah. And anything else here, like the pictures up in the stairwell, the English scene, and the... Remember anything about those?
The English one with a house, and that was a wedding present from Aunt Dorothy Bailey. And the other one we bought at an antique store.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to pause again. Okay, tell me about the pineapple.
I got that when Virginia, niece and I went to
Williamsburg. And the bucket came from where?
And the bucket came from an antique store in Walla Walla.
Okay, and then under the stairway there's a basket and an umbrella stand. I remember the umbrella stand.
You
With the-
gave us that,
And a bunch of canes in the
and I gave that to Larry for
little basket.
anniversary, birthday, I think.
Where'd all the canes come from in the umbrella
Well,
stand?
that's a collection that Larry gathered through the years.
Okay.
This this cane belonged to Grandpa's singer.
Okay, I'll be darned.
Okay.
I'm glad you told me that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pausing again. The little silent butler here, you said that was a wedding present?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's what it's called.
And now I'm going to go down and zoom in on this picture. You say Gail...
Gail made it. She pressed the flowers.
Oh, right, I remember it now. Okay.
Gave it to us.
Okay, pausing again. This is the light fixture in the front hall, and where'd it come from?
From an antiques shop.
In Walla Walla?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to look inside the music room. There's one of Joy's pictures on the wall.
Yeah?
And another one here. What about the little picture over in the corner? Yeah.
No, I bought that at an art show.
All right.
A friend of Joy's.
Okay. And what about this sampler here?
I made that.
You made that?
And
Okay.
gave it to Dad for a birthday.
Okay. What about the little commode here?
We bought that. Boy, I can't remember where we got that.
Seemed like you refinished it, didn't you, or didn't you?
No, it was like that.
Okay, how about the rocker?
The rocker came from Barb Payne, and it was over their garage out at the ranch.
Huh.
And we were looking at antiques out there. It came from Bill's aunt and uncle who raised him, the Ruth and Jack Cushion.
What about the pillow?
Joe Barnett
Joe made that too?
made that.
Okay. All right. How about the bookshelves? Anything about the bookshelves?
We bought these the same time that we bought the other corner group.
They all came, they all look
We
kind of
got
the
them
same kind?
at a furniture store in Dayton
Okay.
that was closing out.
Then the TV stand, is there anything special about that?
No,
Okay.
we just got that when we got the TV.
Little doll crib down here with the...
Dad refinished that. We picked that up at a junk store.
Okay.
And Dad refinished that.
Okay, what about the, is this a Morris chair? Is that what you call
The
that?
old Morris chair came out of one of the houses that we rented.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. It came out of the house down here that we used to own.
The Doc McConnell house?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And it came out of their garage. And it had a dirt floor, and it was down, the feet were in mud.
Wow. I remember you had the cushions made and all that.
Uh-huh. And Dad refinished that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's another of Joy's pictures, and the cuckoo clock, did that come from anybody that we know?
Joy bought me on a trip to Ohio to see
Okay.
Jerry's folks.
What about the little stand in front of the window?
Oh boy, we've had that.
Did that,
We bought that.
it looks kind of like the bookshelves, it's the same kind of maple.
Well, I think we did buy that about the same.
Kind of
time we
matches
bought that.
almost, so it's,
Uh-huh.
the lamp, is there anything that you remember about the lamp?
We bought that.
Okay. Where'd the piano come from?
From the Mom and Dad.
Okay, that was out at the ranch? Okay.
Uh-huh. And I painted it.
Okay.
It was kind of a light color, but it was never real dark. And this picture,
Who took that?
one of Meetha's nephews.
Okay, I remember that, I know the scene, so,
And it's a scene below the
above the ranch or below the ranch.
And he gave it to Meetha and Dad. And when we broke up the house out at the ranch, they wanted me to take that.
All right, I'm going to pause again.
Okay. So,
Okay, the watercolor, you say Joy did that
Joy did
when
that.
she was little?
And we sent for the little model.
And what about the ceramic thing above that?
That's from one of Joy's friends.
Okay.
I bought that at an art show.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else in here we need to look at?
Let's see.
I'm gonna,
was Mother's.
okay,
And Larry gave me this for a birthday present from Falkenberg.
okay,
And Marge Hart, she was Marge Hart then, gave me that
okay.
ashtray.
Tell me about the little high chair here with the teddy bear in it.
We bought that at an antique store down at the beach
Okay.
at Yaha.
What about the captain's chairs?
We bought the 4 dining room chairs and 2 captain chairs at the same time.
Okay.
We bought the oak table.
Where'd this come from?
The oak table came from, I saw an ad, or heard it on the radio for $10, and I made a trip to Walla Walla that day to get it.
Snapped it up, huh?
And then Dad refinished that.
Okay.
And it has 4 leaves.
What about the coffee table?
We bought that.
Okay.
We bought that when we moved into the. No, I think we bought that about the same time we bought.
I think you probably got a lot of that maple stuff
We
at the
did.
same time.
Yeah.
Was that
And
Jerry's
it
piece?
used to be a coffee table used in here.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Was that Jerry's piece there, or?
that's Jerry's piece.
Okay.
And
All right, let's go over to the, well, what about along the window? Is there anything there I need to,
no, that's an antique set, the cranberry
okay.
crystal glass.
Where'd that come
bought
from?
in California.
You bought it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And the little totem pole and little pottery jug I bought on the trip that Marge and I went to the Southwest.
Okay.
Yeah. And Joy and Jerry gave us the
The chafing dish?
chafing dish. I couldn't even say what it was. Yeah.
All right, tell me about the little stand with the stuff on the stand here.
We bought the little stand at an antique store at the beach.
Okay.
And Jerry, that's one of Jerry's.
Okay, I remember that.
And
Any of the stuff in there especially noteworthy, or?
you and Gail gave me this, the little nesting set, blue and white nesting set.
Wish I could say I remembered that.
And Gail made this, gave it to me, and Gabe made this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Gabe.
Okay. What about the stuff on the window? Can you tell me about that?
The punch glasses belong to the punch set over here, which
Right.
Walton and Hamilton gave to us.
Okay, I'm going to pan over and look at the.
Okay.
Okay, I see that. That's from the Hamiltons. Okay. Back over to the window.
And those are red goblets that we collected through the years.
Okay.
And the platter came from my mom, Thanksgiving platter.
Okay.
And
I'm going to come over a little closer.
this satin, pink satin set came from Mother.
Okay.
And the cake plate came from
I'll
Mother.
come over and get a shot of
I
that.
had given it to her for Mother's Day one year.
Okay.
And this little thing is from the Singers napkin holder.
Okay.
And this was from Mother too, but they both came from the Singer
Okay.
family.
About the crystal piece on the right here.
Auntie Maureen gave us that, and I think I gave you the other crystal thing that.
We have one, yeah. Yeah. So that's probably the.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that came from Auntie Maureen, and this is an antique picture that Mother had.
Okay.
It's different on both sides.
Okay.
And
Good to know.
I bought this at an antique store.
Okay, what about the next picture over?
This was Mother's.
Okay.
And Julie gave me this music box.
Okay.
Lois Vining gave Larry and me this crystal vase.
Alrighty.
And this little dish I picked up at an antique store.
Okay, I'm going to pause again then.
These
Little, those are antique lamps, you say?
Larry
And
and I bought
you just bought them? Okay. And most of the other stuff on the stand is just stuff that you've collected over the.
Collected, yeah.
All right, let's look at the sideboard here then, the or whatever you call it.
The sideboard. It's really, I think, it's really a bottom part of a dresser, but we use it as a sideboard in the dining room.
Okay.
Ever since we had the dining room, and it came from the Brooms.
Okay.
Patty had this in her apartment.
Alrighty. About the.
And she had this refinished. The Brooms, when Patty lived in Spokane with Larry's folks, they had this upstairs in the hall, full of photographs, and it was real dark, almost black. It's a walnut piece, and Patty, when she moved into her apartment, had it refinished. Okay. And so we've used it ever since.
What about the coffee?
This
coffee set?
We had for our 25th anniversary, we had friends that gave us a party in Walla Walla and a money tree, and Larry and I bought this set.
That tray is part of the set, the coffee. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. About the candlesticks, anything about those?
Candlesticks, a little Lennox dish. They're all Lennox. Larry gave to me for my birthday one year.
Okay. All right, let's move up to the spoons and little glasses and things. I don't expect you to tell me where every spoon came from, but...
Larry and I bought the spoon rack, and some of the spoons, most of the spoons came from the Brooms, and some from my mom and dad. Okay. All right, I'm going to look over in the corner now. And these...
Oh, I'm going to come back.
These little 6 Waterford cordial glasses, Joanne gave to Larry and me after Jim died. We would take turns going down to be with Jim the other day. And that was a thank you to that. Okay. All right, I'm looking in the corner now. Tell me about the little table in the corner. This was from Mother. Okay. And it was part of the Preston family here in Waitsburg. And we were related to the Prestons, the Preston Shaper Milling Company, through my grandma Singer's sister, Laura, married a Preston. And Grandma Singer had this table, and she gave it to Mother. Okay. It was always one of Mother's prized possessions, and I love it too. It's a very nice piece, yeah. Love it. Now the ones on the wall, are those Joy's or whose? Joy's, yeah. She gave those to us for Christmas. And that's Jerry's piece on the wall? And that's Jerry's piece. Okay. Now what about the mirror and the buffet? Came from the ranch. My mother and dad bought that when they built the new house.
Okay.
And, let's see, it was over the fireplace, I think, out there.
Okay.
And the buffet came from the old oak set that Mother and Dad had when they were first married. And Grandma and Grandpa Stonecipher, Dad's folks, had that set.
Okay.
And the first time I remember seeing it, it was out on the back porch. Just to set things on and keep things in, because Mom and Dad had replaced it with a newer
Okay.
dining room set.
Yeah, I probably saw it there once. I remember the back porch.
So we brought it in, and Larry refinished that too.
Okay, what about...
I helped refinish this, but Larry
Okay.
did most of it, really.
What about the thing, the brass thing? What is that?
It's a Mongolian.
Oh, Mongolian hot pot or something like that?
Yeah, you heat broth.
Where'd that come from?
Joy and Jerry.
Okay.
To us for Christmas one year.
And the clock was at the ranch, right? The anniversary clock?
Grandma's, yeah.
Okay.
Anniversary clock from Mom and Dad.
Okay. I'm going to pause for a second. The brass,
I think Larry and
dish.
I bought that.
you either bought it or you got it for Christmas or
Yeah.
something, okay?
I
Another
would remember who I got it from.
another three
That's
pieces of
the
joys.
And
And then down here in the corner, we've got the old book press thing,
book press.
and with the photos and things in it. Where'd the book press come from? Did you guys buy that?
It came from an antique store in Dayton.
Okay.
Gladys Herbs had that, and Dad bought that and brought it without my ever seeing it. And he said, "This is a book press." And he put it there, and he always said by the time he got home that night, I had it full of books.
So what about the little table here, the
That
little
was
pentagonal table?
From my mom,
Okay.
from the ranch.
All right.
And this little crystal container, Larry and I had given that to Mom and Dad for Christmas one year, and it was filled with a little garden in it. And this is different that's in it now. That's the only thing left of it now.
Okay.
So I got that.
I'm going to pause again. I'm recording again, and this is the throw over the banister rail, and you say Petersons gave it to you for Christmas.
For Christmas.
Okay.
I do remember.
Inside the cupboard.
They gave us that.
Okay, this is stuff inside the cupboard.
And most of it had just been given to us, and of course there's
Tablecloths and linens and things like that in the other.
yeah.
Okay. First, tell me about the bedroom set. Is the dressing table, the bed, and this table all go together?
That wasn't part of it.
Okay, this isn't part of it.
That wasn't part.
Well, tell me about the stuff, this and this,
Three-piece bedrooms.
and this piece over here.
And this.
Okay, tell me the story about those.
Came from California. But, what was the name of the town where Joy and Jerry lived?
Oh,
You can't
I
tell me
know.
that?
No, I know what you mean now.
Well, at an antique store that we always went to whenever we visited them. And it was
Crockett.
Crockett, right. It was stripped, and we had the pickup down there. We brought it home in the pickup. And then Dad did about all the work on this.
What did you have to pay for that? Do you remember? For the set?
No.
Seemed like you gave him quite a bit of money for it.
I don't know. Probably $1,000.
Yeah, I imagine it was something like that.
That kind of sticks in my mind.
Okay, and all the pictures and things, I think I'll just get close-ups of the pictures. I'm not going to need to have you.
The two white frames were given to me by my Aunt May, who was Mother's sister. And they were kind of a dirty gold color up in her attic, and I admired them one time, and she said, if you like those frames, you can have them.
The lamp we missed in the in here is something you bought, right? And then the picture over in the dining room, you said where'd that as an antique, but you said you bought it?
The picture.
Right.
Down on the floor. You looking at that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back in the bedroom then. Okay, we're back in the living room. The frames with Joy and I in here were antiques that were bought at an antique store.
Yeah, it's the same place that we bought the desk and chair.
Okay.
Yeah. And boxes.
This is the dining room. The light fixture here is original to the house, and Mom just said that there's others like that are in boxes downstairs.
Kind of in pieces.
Okay. And tell me about the...
Came from the McConnell house, the same place where the chair in the den came from.
Okay.
And Larry refinished that.
All right.
And we bought the little stool at an antique store. I don't remember
Little piano
which
stool.
one. Yeah.
Okay, you got a couple side tables here.
Dad made those.
Okay.
When we moved into the bedroom.
Okay.
And we bought the two lamps.
All right.
And Larry and I bought those two little lamps on the dressing table.
All righty.
And Dad gave me this jewel box for Christmas one year.
Okay.
And I don't think we need to elaborate in.
Does that mirror anything? Remember who had that?
He gave it
Yeah.
to me for a birthday present. Kind of think maybe Joanne and Jim. I'm not sure
Okay.
about that.
You told me about the frames already, and we've already talked about the dressing table and part of the set. What about the little chair with the doll?
I bought that at the an antique store down at the beach.
Okay.
And of course, Gail gave me
made the doll, right?
Doll for my birthday.
What about the book stand here? Where'd that come from?
It's a piano, an organ bench.
Okay.
And we bought that, and we just cleaned it up, and it's an antique.
Okay.
And we just used it.
And another braided rug, which I guess you made.
The braided rug came from Helen.
Oh, really? This one in here?
Auntie Helen
Okay.
made this rug and gave it to us.
Okay.
She got new carpeting in the house where she was living and didn't have a place for this.
Okay. This is the one in the bedroom.
That really got me started on
Okay.
braided rugs anyway.
And some of these other pictures.
This picture I bought at a gallery when we were back in Ohio with Joy and Jerry. The quilting.
And here's some more pictures. I'll just take pictures of the pictures unless there's something real that I might not know about who it is, or if the frame came from someplace special or anything like that, then tell me about it. Otherwise, it should be pretty obvious.
Yeah. This was from Mother and Dad. You know that.
Okay.
And a lot of these just have been picked up.
All right, I'm going to pause again.
And that, yeah, that's Grandma and me. You know that, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I'm pausing. Okay, these are antique frames in the bedroom. Whoops, I gotta zoom back. That you bought them separate just so you could frame these family pictures. Okay. All right.
And this album, the little photograph album, is very old, and it came from Grandma and Grandpa Singer.
Okay.
And there are pictures inside. And this came from the ranch.
That little fold-up tray
luggage,
thing.
Luggage.
Okay.
George and Caleb made this for me for Valentine's.
Oh, that neat.
Birthday, I think. No, this was a birthday. No, that isn't right. The rug, the braided rug up in your room was the first one we bought.
Okay, and that was...
This was the second one we bought, and we moved the first one up into your room.
Okay, and the one up in my room there you bought?
That was the original one there.
Okay.
And the crystal, the goblets with the crystal ball.
Yeah.
I picked those out when we were married.
Okay. Yeah, the dishes and stuff are going to be real difficult to get a handle on.
Because some of them...
Every piece probably has another story.
Well, these goblets came from Mother. The ones with the stars. Those all came from Mother.
Okay.
There's about 8 of those, I think. And the rest, we started them, and then they've been added to through the years.
What about some of these cut pieces, like the bowl and the pickle bowl and some of those things? Did those belong to somebody before, or did you pick those up, or do you have any idea?
No, I don't think. There's still some of that rainbow back there.
Oh, I see some more of it back there, yeah.
That all went together. And let's see, Larry gave me this cut crystal bowl. He bought it from Carol next door and gave it to me for Christmas one year.
Okay, I'm going to pause again.
Yeah.
So the white things you got as gifts, and they sort of match the white dishes,
They
and
do match.
people gave them to you just because they knew you had that set, I guess? Okay, moving across the top, the tray and the plates and stuff up on top of the door here.
I bought those.
Okay.
Around the time, I think, when we did the kitchen.
Okay. What about in the cupboard itself? Is there anything there that you'd like to tell me about?
Most of those were wedding presents, the silver.
Okay.
And this was Mother's. But the other back there was a wedding present. The candlesticks were wedding presents.
Okay.
Not all those were wedding presents. And, of course, my Lennox.
Okay, I know about that.
Right. And then all of the friendship cups were Mother's from Mom's collection.
Okay, what about on the top of the... Got that little sherry decanter, that little silver tray, the stuff that's
The what?
on the top of the buffet there.
Oh, here. We got this for on our 25th wedding anniversary. And we bought this little cordial set at an antique store.
Okay.
And these are antiques. We bought these.
Okay, the coasters. Okay, go ahead and tell me about the silver. It's a wedding present, you said.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And that's going to go to Joy to Jeff and Gail. And then there's
A lot of these serving pieces and things, again, are just things you sort of collected over the years.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Placemats.
Yeah.
Seen one placemat, you seen them all. Serving dishes and
Yeah.
mostly presents and things, probably.
Uh-huh. And the big silver tray was a wedding present.
Okay.
I know that. And the rest of them were presents.
Okay.
And
more serving dishes.
Except Gail made this.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. That's nice.
Uh-huh. Oh, I love it, and I used it.
It's beautiful.
I'll probably, I don't know, but I don't have a lot of room to put anything.
I don't remember stuff like that very well.
But I love that.
Gail can do it too. She can remember where stuff came from, and I can't.
Gail gave me this, which I used a lot. She made that.
So I see. That one I sort of remember.
Yeah. That's that weird one. Well, and you could bake in that too. I use that a lot.
Okay. Gonna pause again. Gail item, a gravy boat.
Hand painted. I love that. I remember one time I showed that to Jude, and he said, "Did Mom do that?" He said, "She sure did."
Say it again. That's Aunt Lola.
Aunt Lola
had that
and Uncle
seashell.
Glenn when they broke up
Their house.
their house. Yeah.
Okay.
And Larry and I just bought this. This is a real old antique, and it says, "Give us this day our daily bread."
Okay.
Now, help me remember how I put these.
That looks right. That looks right.
No, that isn't right.
No, it was down there. Yeah, I think that's how it was.
Like that, I think.
See if it'll shut.
Oh.
Not quite. Brunton carving there, the Uncle Sam. And up here is more serving things that you've just sort of collected, and
Yeah, but I don't think there's.
no real memorable pieces there. Tell me about the table and chairs here in the kitchen.
Oh, we bought this antique table, and it's ash,
Okay.
and we had it refinished. And then we sent away for these school chairs,
I remember that, yeah.
and they were already finished.
Okay, what about over here? What's the mesh thing? It looks like a
Oh,
strainer.
It's a cover for a picnic or something.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Anti-fly
Somebody gave
thing.
that to me. I think maybe Joe and Bill.
The watermelon thing, and there's that butterfly that Lauren drew.
Yeah, and let's see. This is one of Joy's,
Yeah.
and Annie Helen gave me that.
Okay. There's your little swing guy.
Oh, Larry and I bought him.
There's your little fireman.
Yeah, we bought him too. Down at the beach. These came from on our travels down to the beach on the way back. Oh, doesn't that look cute in there? Did you?
It was your hydrangea, one hydrangea that was out.
I know, right. It's beautiful. I don't know why it just had one bloom this year.
It was pretty.
Did you make this?
No, somebody made it.
Oh, yeah. I thought maybe you might have made it, but it looks perfect in that, doesn't it?
The pots and tea kettles and things like that are pretty much just collected things.
Yes, yes. This came from England. Did somebody polish this? I wonder if the kids did.
Oh.
If Lauren and Otto might have.
Oh.
Because I'm sure it's brighter than it was.
Oh.
I bet they did.
Yeah.
Because they used some of these. They used this to
Hmm.
cook the Norwegian dinner in.
The lamb.
Uh-huh. And this is an antique from England, and a friend of ours was going to England, and it's when we were doing the old English Inn, and we gave him $25 and said we'd like to have a little tea kettle. And he came back with this.
Hmm. Okay.
And those are all antiques.
The cast iron pieces.
The cast iron that we picked up. The crepe maker.
Right.
The crepe maker and the corn muffin pan and, oh, I forget what you call that.
Is it an egg poacher?
Wiebelfetzer maker.
An egg poacher or?
No, I don't think, no, it's a, oh gosh, it's heavy.
It's a Wiebelfetzer pan.
What did you say it was?
A Wiebelfetzer. Okay, antique coffee mill in the corner there.
That's just stuff that we bought. I know, Joe and Bill gave us this
All right.
steamer. We did the bathroom.
Okay,
You know that?
Gail made those little pictures. When did you remodel a bathroom? You remember about what year it was?
It must have been about
The toilet running?
86, about 2 years before Dad died.
Weren't those stained glass windows something that you,
Huh?
those stained glass windows, weren't those something real special that?
The stained glass windows. Well, they came out of an old house, and we just had them framed in when we did the bathroom.
And you collected up the parts for the bathroom in different antique stores and stuff, right? Like the shower rail and the shower and fixtures.
These are reproductions.
Okay.
But we got them in, where did we get them? Oakland, I think. And we had them for a long time before we.
Here, which one? The blue quilt?
Uh-huh.
That was your mom's?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fern stand here.
What's our friend's name? The Bonds. Remember the Bonds?
Oh yeah.
They made that.
Okay. He made
I
that.
have one in Walla Walla too.
What about the?
And the tree in the corner, that's yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that came from.
That's our tree.
Nice there.
What about the vase with the grasses in it?
We got that at a gallery.
What about the red plant stand?
That was in the house here,
Okay.
and we painted it red.
And is this another one of your rugs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I made this rug.
What about the table?
This is the library table that James Stonecipher, my dad, made when Aunt Lola and Uncle Glenn Conover were married.
Oh, that's neat.
And let's see.
Definitely a keeper.
They were married in 1915, I think, and Dad was 15 years old. He was taking manual training, and he made that and the little desk downstairs.
Okay, and then the pictures.
Pictures was one of the pictures that I got from the Stonecyphers, from the folks. And I bought this at Aunt Lola and Uncle Glenn's sale after Uncle Glenn had to move to Walla Walla. And this is my great grandma on the Stonecipher side.
Okay.
Your great.
Picture of Uncle Elmer.
Uncle Elmer, and then the smaller ones have Aunt Rose in them. Aunt Rose and Uncle Elmer.
All right.
And he was Grandpa Stonecipher's brother. My Grandpa Stonecipher's brother, my great uncle. And he willed 160 acres to Dad after he died.
Okay.
As part of his ranch.
What about the light fixture here, Mom?
Oh, this, Helen, this came from Annie Helen. She used to be in the antique business on the side, and she thought it would be perfect for our landing, and we agreed, so she gave that to us. And I just love it.
Room at the top of the stairs, and we've got, I think that nightstand was mine that I got for a present, if I remember right.
That's right. You
What
got
about
that
the-
from
Grandpa, I think.
Grandpa and Grandma.
Right, and what about the bed and the painted bed and
The
dresser?
bedroom set, the three-piece bedroom set, was my set when I was growing up out at the ranch.
Okay, that's good to know.
And I painted it twice, changed colors. We used it downstairs for a long time.
The crib over there, I remember building that.
Remember that?
And a little rocker over
The
there.
rocker was,
Where that came from.
I think that came from the ranch. And that's one of Joy's paintings.
What about the quilt here?
Oh, the quilt came from Mother. Mother made this.
Really, that's
What do you call it? Sunbonnet. Sunbonnet quilt.
neat. Okay.
I just love it. I don't know what they are. They have wings on them.
Little angels or cherubs or
They're
something?
little cherubs.
And your mom had that?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
There's a little frog down there.
Well, there's the old white mantel clock that, where'd that come from? I remember that sitting on the mantel.
That came, that was Larry's grandma and grandpa's clock.
Okay. This is Joy's room. Where did the rug come from here? Did you make this? Is that the one that was in
the first one.
the first living room rug
Uh-huh.
that you moved up here then? What about that old trunk? Where'd that come from in the rocker? Remember? Did Joy score that trunk somewhere?
This piece and this piece, they were here in the house. And I hate to admit this.
You mean the
but
rocker and the
rocker
dresser?
And the little dresser. And they left them here.
Okay.
And as I say, I hate to tell you this, but that is a bird's eye maple. Dead.
That's painted.
And we painted it to go with.
Shame on you.
Well, I know. She wanted it white. And the chair, we painted that too.
Okay.
That was a bird's eye maple. And we had it rechaned.
Don't remember the trunk, really, yeah?
I don't know. I can't remember where it came from. But
Well,
that's really Joy's.
we'll come back to that. Yeah, Joy knows probably where it
Full
came
of
from.
her stuff.
And that's
And that's
Joy's
what
painting.
Joy's paintings.
You know about,
Every time they come home, she always takes that and puts it in the closet. She can't stand that painting for some reason.
tell me about the cedar chest.
The cedar chest came from the ranch, Mom and Dad.
Okay. What about the dresser with the mirror over here?
This has their marriage certificate and some little mementos.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, this is their marriage certificate.
Your mom and dad?
Hmm?
Your mom and dad?
Uh-huh.
Hmm. All right. Tell me about the pause. The dresser and mirror here. Do you know where that
Well,
came from?
This was part of the set in your room that came from the ranch.
Okay.
This was up in one of the bedrooms at the ranch before they built the house.
Okay.
And this was the dresser part of it.
What about
Or
the
dressing table? What do you call that?
dresser, I guess?
Well, a
Dressing table.
A dressing table, yeah, because it has a hole in it where you could sit.
What about the table over here then? Do you know where that came from?
The table, that's a bird's eye maple table. It was here in
Okay.
the house.
Wow.
And these three pieces matched.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. bed?
I had it downstairs for a while. And the bed, when we redid Joy's room when she was in high school, we bought this at an antique store.
Okay. And is that quilt from somebody?
This
Did
was
somebody
Mother's.
make this? She made that?
This was Mother's.
Or had it? Don't know if she made it or not.
I don't know whether she, no, I'm not sure, but she had it.
Okay.
And this came from Mother,
The lamp?
the lamp, and that's an antique, and that's an antique. That came from Mother.
Okay. What about the chest of drawers over here? Do you know where that was?
Chest of drawers was just an unpainted set dresser that we got when we were fixing Joy's room.
So you just bought it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is Grandma and Grandpa gave that to her for Christmas one year. You have one in your
The shelves, yeah, I remember those.
The shelves, yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm going to pause.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Look at
He moves. See his
Oh,
bill
no,
moving and his tail?
cute. Look at that. You know what that
I
sounds?
wish I knew where Daddy.
Okay, the rug in the upstairs hall, you said you thought you bought it, and the chest in the upstairs hall came from the ranch.
And I bought that,
I remember that. We bought that
yeah, I didn't have
in
any
the.
place to put books.
We got that for you in the Tri-Cities because that's where
Oh,
they had.
that's right.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
brought it down here.
And this is an antique I picked up at a antique store just 'cause I liked it. That,
Oh, the blanket.
the nice blanket. Yeah.
Okay, this plaque was from the ranch, you said,
Yeah.
and that
That's-
Jude and Rosanna gave you.
And
the
this
table?
little table came from the ranch. It's not a marble top. It has marble paper
Yeah, with
underneath it.
okay. Let's go in the other bedroom here. We've got Squawky's cage. And then what about the chest and the quilt over by the window?
The bedroom set, the bed and dresser came from the ranch. Mom and Dad, let's see. Yeah, when they built the new house, they bought this and put it in the spare bedroom.
Okay.
And I always loved it. I thought it was a classy looking. Mother loved it too.
What about the chest over there? Do you know about that?
The chest was mine. That cedar chest was my hope chest. I
Okay.
had it since I was in high school. Yeah, they got it for high school present.
Now this end table over here has that same kind of top as the one out in the
That came from the
hall,
ranch.
so it must have been part of a set there.
And that came from the ranch, that little table.
Okay.
I didn't realize there was so much stuff. This picture was a wedding present to Larry and me from Boris and Adele
Okay.
Gay. And we've always had it out someplace. And the comforter was a wedding present.
Okay. What about the lamp there right next to
The
you?
lamp was from Mother, and it's an antique. She got that in Olympia.
Okay. What about the crib here?
Oh, Aunt Lola and Uncle Glenn gave that to Larry and me, and they used it for their kids. And they knew that Larry and I liked antiques and wanted to know if we wanted it. So Larry painted it blue with the brass on it.
Okay.
And we use that, you know, for when people bring babies. You
And
gotta
that's-
have one crib,
That's Gail's painting over there, right?
right?
Okay. And the
And
barrister's
the-
cases?
Where did that bookcase come from?
And the chair? If you
I
remember.
think that came from the Brooms,
The bookcase?
the bookcase. It's a lovely old case.
Mhm.
It's old. I think it did. And this little table that Larry and I had, we just bought that.
Okay, remember about the pitcher and bowl, is that, or where that came from?
Julie Lyda, and Tom and Julie gave that to us for Christmas one year.
Okay,
She painted it.
okay. You remember where the chair came from there?
The chair came from the ranch.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna,
That's one of Joy's collages.
what about the things on top of the bookcase here, that little blue glass thing and the, you recognize that?
Yeah. This is definitely an antique, a color box.
Well,
And
shirt collars?
see, it
Has collars in it even.
yeah. I love it. See how.
Has
How
some
pretty it is.
inlay or something on top, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
And, I believe this, I know this came, after Marcia Weir died. Bob and Carol asked me to come over and pick out something as a remembrance
okay,
of,
okay.
their mother. And I always loved that, right.
Okay, I'm gonna pause
This
again.
is good for me.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it on. Where'd the prints come from?
Oh, Grandma Moses prints. I just sent for them and had
Okay.
them framed.
And the desk, Grandpa gave us for Christmas, gave Joy one too, and the shelf is like the one in Joy's room. What about the bed here?
The bed and dress and the two dressers came out of the old farmhouse,
Okay,
and that dressing table in Joy's room matches this.
okay, right. And a little hamper, remember that? And
This was an old quilt that was for Mother.
okay. And I remember the little footstool kind of thing was out of the ranch, the new ranch. Like we got that at Grandma and Grandpa's house.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
What about this low table, this oak table here?
Oh, that's the
Can't hardly see it with my
table
stuff in the way.
Dad had in the office that he used as a coffee table between the two red chairs.
Oh, okay.
Joy has the two red chairs.
You know where he got it?
He bought it. It's solid oak, and he bought it from in an antique store, and he refinished it.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful piece. It should,
It's a nice table.
It's a great piece.
There's the crib I built when Lauren was born. The little
Oh yeah.
walnut crib over there.
Love that.
That lamp used to be in the living room, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah. We bought that. We had that in Spokane.
Okay.
It was one of our first things.
What about this stuffed chair here? Where was that?
This was an old chair from the attic out at the ranch,
No, I'll be darned.
and it had a gold slip cover on it till it wore out, and then we had this linen-y thing
Okay.
put on, and it's worn out now. But
There's
it came from the ranch.
There's another little table over here. This has been in my room here about as long as I can remember, I think,
that
but
came from the ranch.
it did come out of there. Okay.
Mhm. And it has magazine racks
Yeah.
on the end.
Okay, I'm going to pause again.
And that's the first thing that all the kids ever,
I remember all these models.
oh yeah.
Remember that little MG that I got for Christmas one year? That was really,
I
Neat.
think Grandma and Grandpa gave that.
yeah.
Grandpa sat right down at the dining room
Oh,
table
absolutely.
and started making it.
And there's a little Stutz Bearcat. That's the first model I ever had, and I made you paint it for me, Mom. I remember that.
Which one?
That little snazzy-looking little red guy on the bottom right.
Yeah, I love that. That's great, yeah.
Yeah, and I kept nagging her. She'd be trying to do the dishes, and I'd say, well, can we go paint my model? You know, can we go paint my model? This little footstool in my room. It came out of the ranch. There's a chair. What about that chair? Is that anything to write home about?
No,
Kind of looks familiar.
well, where did that come from? I think there's one down in the basement like it.
Okay, well,
Items too.
you say this basket's made out of pine needles, huh?
Well,
Or some,
that's wood though,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It seems like.
Yeah, that's wrong. The pine needle basket is in Joy's room.
okay.
And I know I got that from one of the festivals here. But
Yeah.
this isn't pine, this is just a little,
Got a couple more cigar boxes full of marbles here that are,
yeah, and these are all marbles. And even the cigar boxes are,
yeah.
Aunt Rose and Uncle Elmer were gone. They had a sale out there. Dad and I went. And I bought this.
It says our friends on it.
It says our friend. And of course I don't know any of the people in it or anything. But it's a beautiful thing. And that was before the hedge was just growing up.
Doesn't have a date on it anywhere, does it?
No.
You know when it was taken?
But it was built in 1910.
But you got this picture from Pat and Paul?
Uh-huh. And there were some little ornament things up on top that aren't there.
Oh yeah, I see them.
See them? And
We'll have to find those in the basement. See if we can find those in the basement.
I don't know. But they said there were chains between the posts.
Yeah, are those posts still in the hedge?
Huh?
Are those posts inside the hedge? I wonder.
Uh-huh. Right. Now
Upstairs bathroom, this little commode is,
This has a history here. Let me see if I can. This went through the fire out of the ranch before when Dad was just a little boy.
oh, yeah.
And then they rebuilt right in the same place where the ranch house that we lived in.
Mm-hmm.
And this went through the fire.
So that's pretty old then.
It's real old, and it's a handmade. It's hand carved. This little carving here is all hand carved, and we cleaned it up, and it was just up in the attic. Nobody had ever done anything to it. So Larry and I brought it and cleaned it up, and then it seemed like we could kind of see where it burned. It's real old looking inside. Before we finished it, it was pretty obvious. Oh, really?
He was tipping his head, wondering what it was.
This was Mom. Yeah. I forget what it plays.
It plays
Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf?
Oh.
And that's kind of strange for a music box to play, it seems like.
Yeah, 'cause it might scare the kid. This is Dwayne's sculpture called something like Zargon or Zimduger or
I think
something.
it's still on it.
And there's your Christmas tree. This is on the sleeping porch.
Artificial Christmas.
That's where I got the
Oh,
light.
here it is. I wonder if
Beadboard.
it's still
The
readable.
fan in the attic.
Oh, I don't think it's even readable.
It was like Zardoc or something like that. It had some. Okay, what about the desk? Let's start with the desk and file cabinet. Tell
Larry
me
and
about
I
this.
bought this desk at a junk store, and the cabinets too,
Okay.
and
The chair.
and let's see.
Take the
And
chair.
The chair. We brought the chair the same
Okay.
time.
This used to be my dark room. That's why the windows are in such sorry
That's
condition.
right.
I had them all blocked over.
But
What about this chair? Where'd this office
is all
chair?
Dad's, Mom's stuff here.